Hi guys, welcome to your Tuesday morning flow. So this is still a part of the morning series, of course. So if you are sticking with me and we're on day 2 together, love your vibe, keep it going throughout the week. Yeah, we'd love to see it. So we're gonna, no nonsense, we're gonna get started right away. So go ahead and make yourself into a seat. It might feel good to have a blanket or a pillow or something under you to kind of lift the hips up as we start class and really just kind of hone in on that present moment, that meditative state, hone in on our breathing first and foremost. So take your time, grab what you need. I'll be here waiting for you. If that's box, water, coffee, blankets, whatever it is, go ahead and grab that and meet me back on your mat in a seat that's comfortable for you. And then once we do arrive to the seat, just let your hands naturally find a home wherever it feels good. Mine tend to be the knees, maybe for you it's the thighs, or maybe it's just bringing the hands, kind of placing on top, one hand on top of the other and just letting them rest down by the ankles. So where you find yourself, slowly just start to close your eyes. Don't worry about, focusing on the inhales or the exhales. We're not trying to control anything just yet. We're just trying to be, right? Just be with yourself. Roll the shoulders down away from the ears. Bring some straightness, bring some length to the spine. Slight tuck of the chin. Get those fidgets out, get those sways out. Naturally, as we find the seated position, we might want to move and fidget and find that comfort. Allow yourself to. Don't stop yourself from doing that. Give yourself a few moments to really arrive here with me today. And once you find yourself lessening the sways, finding that breath, deepening the inhales, lengthening the exhales, you've arrived to your practice today. Welcome to class. So big inhale, let the shoulders come up by the ears. Exhale, drive the elbows down to the ground. Find again that straight spine. And we'll breathe here together. So as you inhale, just let the chest expand, let the sides expand. And then as you exhale, kind of knit it all back to center. Keep the spine nice and straight. Inhaling here for 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. 2 more rounds just like that. Big inhale, 3, 2, 1. Nice exhale, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Last round here. Big inhale, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. And then on your next inhale here, hands will chase the sky. And then exhale those hands through heart center. Big inhale, hands go up overhead once more. And then as you exhale, left hand finds a home on the right knee. Right hand goes behind just slightly. Don't make this your deepest twist. Just make sure those sit bones stay grounded, the spine stays nice and straight, and let your gaze travel to where it feels most natural for you. Inhale, hands up towards the sky. Exhale, right hand finds a home on that left knee, and we switch those sides. Again, not forcing, just meeting yourself right where you're at today. And this time as you inhale, hands chase the sky. This time as you exhale, right hand comes down, left hand goes up overhead. So staying here for a breath just to see how this feels for you. Anchor down into that left sit bone, find a buoyancy in this right elbow, and just pulse up and down here for a couple moments. Now as you find an inhale, really extend this left arm up overhead. Exhale, left hand top of space. Left hand falls, inhale, right hand high, gaze to follow. Stay for a moment, feel into this, see how this feels for the right side. Breathe with me here, big inhale. Exhale, right hand chases top of space. Right hand lands, inhale, left hand high. Exhale for your switches. Exhale travels you to the top of your space. Left hand down, inhale, right hand high. One more round just like that. Exhale, right hand top of space. Right hand finds a home. You inhale, left hand high, gaze to follow. Push that right shoulder up. Exhale, travel through. Left hand comes down. Inhale, right hand tight. Beautiful. Now this time as you exhale, bring it to that neutral tabletop position, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands on up. Exhale, bend and cactus, chest comes through. Inhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands to the sky. And then as you exhale, let the hands interlace behind your back. Doesn't matter what thumb's on top of the other. And I want you to drive your elbows down to the ground. Maybe they touch the ground here. If they do, let that help you let the chest come through. Beautiful. Release that bind. Just kind of shake the hands in between, crisscross through from the chest. Let the shoulders find some stretching, find a movement here. Beautiful. Meet me in your tabletop position. So from your tabletop position, of course, always make sure the knees are above the hips, shoulders above the wrist, and you'll work your cat-cows from here. So as you inhale, drop the belly, shift the gaze. And then as you exhale, tuck and run. Inhale, continue to drop the belly, shift the gaze. And exhale, tuck and round. Just keep going with your own breath to movement. This class will be a little bit quicker than yesterday's class because in real life, sometimes we only have 15-20 minutes. So I'm going to do my best to stick with that for our Tuesday morning series class. 3 more breaths. Last one here. Come back to that neutral tabletop position. Push this right foot towards the back of your space. Keep those toes firmly planted on the ground. And then as you exhale, just drive those hips back. Feel the stretch into the calf, into maybe the bottom of the foot. Inhale, come back up. Find some lightness with the toes. And exhale, pushes you right on back. Keep inhaling, push forward. And exhale back. Awesome job. One more just like that. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale, right knee in towards the left. Exhale, left toes back. See what I did there? Probably not. Okay, inhale, lightness in the toes. Exhale, push the heel back. Awesome, keep going just like this. And always remember, you might have, a faster or a slower cadence. Always stick with what feels most natural to you. One more round. Beautiful. Come back, bring the knees together, right and left, right next to one another. Tuck those toes, lift the knees up, push the hips back, and find your downward facing dog today. And for the first downward facing dog, always just find some movement. Sway the hips back and forth, push the hands into the mat, melt the chest towards the thighs, and let your gaze fall in between the ankles or towards the navel. And maybe you just gently sway the hips left and right. 2 deep inhales and exhales. And for this next move that we're going to do, you might have to shorten your down dog. And if that's the case, that is okay. We're going to find a twist from our downward facing dog. Firmly push into this left hand. Bring the right hand to the left ankle. Gentle bend into this right elbow as you gaze up and under towards the left armpit. Come on back to center, switch those sides, firmly press into this right hand to allow the left hand to lift and find a home on the right ankle. Notice truly how much you have to push into this right hand to stay up and lifted in this twist. Come on back to your neutral downward facing dog. Go ahead and lengthen it back out if you did shorten that. And we're just going to work some spinal waves. So there's not much cueing to do here. It's more of you just working with your own movements. So I'll cue the first one for us together. We inhale, heels high. Bend the knees if you need to. Allow the inhale to find this plank-like pose. Once you find where that ends, where that meets towards the top of your space, bend knees, bend hips, push yourself on back. And the secret ingredients, at least to me, or the secret sauce to this, I should say, is just keeping this going. Don't stop in between. Make this feel like a wave to you. So you inhale this wave forward. You let it find that crashing position. Then you exhale, bend the knees, push the hips back. Beautiful. Let's do about 3 or 4 just like that. I always like to find some movements or find like some spinal movements when I just wake up because we're so used to it just being straight and like supported and all that funky stuff when we're sleeping that it's nice to just allow it some space, some opportunity to move around. Let's finish up that last round together and come to your downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot high. Exhale, right foot top of mat. Drop your left knee. Inhale, hands up towards the sky. And this time for today, as you exhale, bring those hands to heart center. And just chill. We're just gonna chill here for a little bit. Hips are heavy. You're firmly pushing into this big right toe. Roll those shoulders up away from the ears. Beautiful. Big deep breath. And this time as you inhale, find some length in the spine. Maybe you rise that prayer hands up just slightly. And then as you exhale, that left elbow is gonna find a home on the outside of the right knee. And then try to find a twist here as well. So push into both palms. It does not have to go here. I kind of cringe doing this cue, which makes me think I shouldn't do it. But really envision the thumbs kind of coming to the chest. Now it's pretty effing impossible, but just if it gives you some help of like how much you should be pushing into your palms, imagine those thumbs that might actually come to the center of your chest here as you gaze towards the back corner of your space. Inhale back to center. Exhale, hands frame this right foot, tuck those back left toes. We come to standing at the top of our space. And inhale, halfway lift once we get here and just stay here for a moment. This might feel good. Just let your hands support you on the shins. You hinge from the hips. Think upward facing dog with the chest and just sway here for a moment. You don't have to work the neck here. Maybe just let the neck get heavy here as well. Just anything that's natural that comes to you, just let that happen. And then exhale, fall on down. And from here, inhale, root to rise. Bring those hands all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands through heart center. Again, inhale those hands on up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale into your upward facing dog here. So those spinal waves and then those thighs get heavy towards the mat. Sway here for just a moment. And then bend the knees, push the hips back, push into those hands. Beautiful. Inhale, left foot high. Exhale, left foot top of mat, drop your right knee. Inhale, find some length through the sides. Exhale, hands through heart center, heaviness in the hips. And just find something not moving. Find something to gaze at towards the top of your space. Roll those shoulders away from the ears. They love to creep on up. Big deep breath. Find some life. Breathe in some new life. Breathe in some new air. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, levitate those prayer hands up just slightly. And then as you exhale, the right elbow will find a home outside of your left knee. Just a gentle push into here. Don't force what's not happening. Just find a nice twist that you can stay in. And remember to bend into this left knee very generously as you gaze up and over towards the left corner of your space. Inhale back towards that low lunge. Exhale, frame left foot, tuck those back right toes and meet me in your downward facing dog. Awesome. From our downward facing dog, we'll do another spinal wave up to that plank-like pose. And then exhale, let knees get heavy and tuck those toes. Meet me to the mat and find a child's pose here. Taking it nice and slow, nice and thoughtfully for this Thoughtful Tuesday, Twistful Tuesday class. I don't know what I'll name it yet. Maybe just sway left and right here. Now inhale up to your shins. Exhale to settle. Now this time as you inhale, heels rise. So you're finding kind of like a camel pose with the bottom half. We're not going to do camel, but if it kind of gives you a nice cueing. So inhale, rise to the shins. I'm already kind of just distributing my weight from left and right knee to see how that feels. Nothing too crazy here. Now you're going to shift weight to the left knee so you can pop this right foot up towards the top of your space and you're in kind of a low lunge, but you have more of a 90-90 with a thigh and the knee here. And just inhale those hands on up. And now exhale, settle in. So inhale back on up, push out just slightly. Exhale, settle in. Inhale up. Exhale, settle. Last one here, inhale up. Exhale, hands frame the right foot, tuck the back left toes. You're in that runner's lunge. You keep that left hand down, right hand high, stack those shoulders, and gaze up towards the sky here. Beautiful. Now it's our top right hand. We're going to bring that on down. Bump this left foot towards the corner, or I'm sorry, the middle of your mat, so that left heel can find a home on the ground, and then you find your pyramid pose. So no work in the head, no work in the neck. Encourage that right hip back as you pull the left hip forward. All together, we inhale, halfway lift just to find some space here, and then we exhale, come back down. Now inhale, halfway lift. Our right hand's gonna thread under our left. You find a nice wide-legged forward fold. So those toes pivot left, the heels pivot right. And for today, just do what comes naturally to you in this forward fold. Maybe you bend into one knee and then the other. You can always just grab the ankles. Maybe you would like to find some stillness here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, cruise back to that twisted runner's lunge. So left hand's down, right hand's high for a breath. And then exhale, frame right foot. Bring it back to downward facing dog. Awesome job. Now again, inhale, spinal wave. Find that plank pose. Once you find your edge, naturally just let the knees come down and tuck those toes. And come to the shins for a moment. Deep breath with me here. And then inhale, drive into the shins, lift those hips up, find that camel-like pose. Exhale, hands through heart center. And you know the game, shift the weight into this right knee now, so you can let this left knee sneak up towards the left space. Inhale, find the slow lunge. Exhale, settle on in. Stay here for just a moment, big inhale. Exhale, come on out. Inhale, lunge. Doing awesome here, guys. Exhale, come on out, 3 more. Inhale, lunge, find that heaviness of the hips. Exhale, length through the side bodies, find some space. Lunge back in. Exhale out. Last one here, inhale, lunge. And then as you exhale, right hand down, left hand high, you find that twisted low lunge. Now go ahead and bring both hands down, tuck the back right toes, lift that knee up and the hip up just slightly. And then go ahead and bounce and encourage that right foot to the middle of your mat. Drop your right heel, push your left hip back, pull your right hip forward, big breath in. Exhale, settle down. And I love just not doing anything. I'm not working nothing, my neck, my torso, my anything. I'm just encouraging my left hip to kind of pull back as my right hip pulls forward just to square the hips. Now big inhale, halfway lift. This time as we exhale, wide-legged forward fold, opposite side. So this time the toes are to the right, the heels to the left. And for this wide-legged forward fold, just find a stance that you like. Big inhale, halfway lift. Keep this left hand down. Inhale, right hand high. Stack those shoulders once again. Go ahead and switch that out. Right hand replaces the left. Inhale, left hand high. Beautiful. Exhale, both hands down. Sway for just a moment. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, cruise back to that runner's lunge twist for just a moment. Right hand down, left hand high. Big inhale, hips low. And then exhale, both hands down. Come to that plank pose and then come right on down to your bellies. So untuck the toes, place the palms on top of one another. Find a little pillow for your head here. And just kind of breathe with me. I took a class, or I was talking to a friend, or, one of those thoughts, days that you can't exactly remember, but you did take one little portion from that day. And we were actually laying on our bellies in a yoga flow. And they said, if you really think about it when you are here, yes, it's just, you laying on your belly, you finding rest, but you were as close to the ground as you could possibly get. Because what, you know what I mean? Use your imagination a bit, of course, but under this, we have our cement, we have our rug, we have whatever it may be. Under that, some rocks, and then some more rocks. And under that, we have dirt, and we have home, and we have nature, and we have Mama Earth. So just feel how it feels to just be here with that. Your heart pulsing on top of the ground in your body. Big deep breath. Now this time as you inhale, let the feet levitate towards the sky. You're bending into the knees and you kind of just windshield wiper back and forth. I'm going to give you the option here, friends, how you would like to close out your class. You can stay just like this, letting the tops of the feet find a home on the mat once again. Or if you fancy, a child's pose or something like that, go ahead and push your hips back towards the heels. And find what works for you, okay? I want you to be comfortable. I want you to focus on your breath. I want you to be with yourself. So if you're not liking where you are or how you are feeling in whatever pose you're in, go ahead and change that. Give yourself permission to find a change. And then just relax. Just kind of be here. Notice where this breath is going. Notice how you're feeling. Notice what thoughts are going on in your head. And then wash them away with your next exhale. So continue to stay here. Don't move just yet. Just find this heaviness. Find your breath. Let the eyes close. Remind yourself it's okay to find this rest. Remind yourself as you start your day, as you start your week, whenever you're taking this class, things may not go as planned. And, just work with that. Be adaptable. Be grateful. Find gratitude for, some portion of your day, something in your day. I challenge you, one thing to be grateful for a day. And this is where I will leave you. Of course, if you can stay longer, I will always encourage you to do so. But if you got to get going, you got to get grooving, I get that too. So we'll close out class together here. Please don't bother moving. Stay exactly as you are. And just allow me to thank you for taking this class today, and thank yourself for honoring your body and finding some movement to start your day. Namaste.